Welcome to the CAPBuilder Talk radio show with your host, small business expert, Mark Parham. Real talk with real people talking about real issues facing small business and our community today. Join us every Monday evening starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To be a guest or for more information, go to CAPBuilderTalk.com. Post comments on Facebook.com/CAPBuilder Network. Enjoy the show.
Hey, good evening. This is Mark Parham, host of the CAPBuilder Talk radio show. I have a great show planned for you today. I want to thank you for coming out. I haven't been around for a while, but I'm coming back with a vengeance because I feel there's a message that needs to be told, and I'm going to start bringing people to you that can help tell it. We have a great show for you today. I'm going to get started here quickly because it's important that I get this guy on. I have the next CEO of DeKalb County, Georgia, Larry Johnson, DeKalb Commissioner. I'm going to chop it up with him. And then I have another young man. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to you. He's all about AI, artificial intelligence. He has a great event that's going to be happening. And I have somebody also, we're going to be talking about marketing, network marketing or being part of a network to market, how to change your game. All right. We're going to do some things tonight. I'm going to go through in my CAPBuilder minute. I'm going to talk about how to maximize your business success with the right strategies. It takes a bunch of strategies, and I'm going to talk about those in my CAPBuilder minute tonight. Only going to be about 3 minutes if I can get to it after I have all this other great conversation. So I am going to take a break real quick. And when I come back, we're going to start this conversation. I'm going to start with the commissioner because I know he has a short fuse tonight and he's graced us with his presence. So I want to make sure I take advantage of it. So I'll be right back in a minute.
We all know the warning signs of a stroke. We use the acronym Be Fast. T stands for time. Time is critical for stroke patients. The sooner we start the assessment of the patient, the sooner we can deliver medications to help stop the stroke and the damage that it does. When 911 isn't called, stroke care doesn't start until the patient arrives at the hospital. Now let's look at scenario 2, calling 911 immediately at the first signs of a stroke. Stroke care starts as soon as EMS arrives to you. EMS personnel quickly assess the patient to confirm stroke symptoms and time of symptom onset. They also obtain a health history and establish an IV. Most importantly, EMS will alert the hospital that a stroke patient is coming. The EMS responders communicate vital information to our emergency department so that the stroke response team can be activated prior to your arrival. Responding promptly to stroke symptoms is essential because the chances of survival and recovery are greater when emergency treatment is quickly received. Please call 911 at the first sign of a stroke. Time loss is brain loss.
Welcome back to the CAPBuilder Talk radio show with your host, Mark Parham. Real talk
We meet people. I'm sure the people that met President Obama were thinking about, I knew him back when. I'm going to bring a young man to the show. I'm excited to have him here. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. But this young man, I'm going to be excited to say, I knew him back when. And we're going to bring him in, this brother, Larry Johnson. He's the commissioner of DeKalb County. I see you have some stats right there. But I'm just going to bring him in, add him to the stream, and start having a conversation.
Hey,
man, how you doing, my brother?
The best day of my life.
Best day of your life. So,
Yes,
I had some facts up there about you. You know what? I was looking for you. There's a whole lot of facts. You've been hanging around a long time. We go back a long ways.
Long way.
Yeah, I just want you to introduce yourself, and then I want to ask you a few questions. I'm not going to hold you long, but I do want to talk about what you got going on.
Yes, sir. I'm a county commissioner. I'm on my 6th term. I'm been serving the county before I got elected. I worked for our former county commissioner, now is a Congressman Hank Johnson. We worked in the trenches around the public health. One of my first major initiatives was getting pedestrians the right of way in crosswalks. And we made that happen. You see that little sign in the middle of the crosswalk. So it was the first law got passed and working with the South Dekalb Pedestrian Safety Coalition. And now we just moving forward. It's about how do we continue to connect and work with people. Now it's time. I told him I'm not running for the CEO position. I just want to continue to work for you. And this time, our beloved CEO, Michael Thurman, is term limited, and the position will be an open seat. And I think it's time for me to take my skills to the next level and to just to broaden and connect the underserved and to work with our small business owners like your show does so well is how do we create more entrepreneurs in our community.
So tell me this. Why? Why are you doing this?
I'm doing it because I think it's an opportunity to move Dekalb even further where we're going as we move forward around economic development. Of course, public safety is always top because you got to have a safe and peaceful community for business and economic development to grow and go. And also work with our parks, our trails, and continue to work around prevention and public health. I made walking an official exercise for DeKalb County. And now I can combine all of those talents, abilities, and gifts that God has given me to now move it to that level to connect our residents even more.
You know, the slide I have up now, man, the one thing I've always enjoyed about you, you've always been in the community. I mean, you're not just coming to speak to different events, you are part of the community. And if you could give us a little history about why that is and why your goals now to be the new CEO are so important.
Well, the why it is, and thank you for that question, is that because I come from the community. I came from single parents who grew up in the community on the south side of Chicago, gangs, drugs. But I had a good support system. I had teachers, I had neighbors who saw the best in me and wanted me to go up higher and do some great things. So I was one of the first ones to graduate from college. Then went and got my master's degree in public health. And I want to be able to give that back. That's God a long time ago. When I first, was growing up, I said, if you give me opportunity, Lord, to do something to help people, I want to do it. And this role as a public servant has come up, has allowed me to put sidewalks in areas that didn't have sidewalks, to help communities who did not have great parks, to work with young people to make sure they have a job, their first summer job, to work with small business owners to make sure that they're part of the success and the fabric of DeKalb County. And so I've used this platform to connect the unconnected. And so this gives us an opportunity to just launch and do more as the next CEO of DeKalb County.
Well, since you brought up small business, I'm going to bring somebody to the screen real quick. He wants to stop in and say hello. And I'm going to bring him in.
Is that my commissioner? Say, Mark, Commissioner Johnson has been in the community for years, brother. I see him walking up and down the streets of Rainbow and Southwest DeKalb and Wesley Chapel, picking up trash, stopping by the business. It's like, this is our guy, Mark. I'm excited to be here. And Commissioner, thank you for your service and all the things you've been doing over the past 20, 30 years, man. We appreciate you and we love you.
Oh, man, you got one of the superstars.
Yeah, dude.
You talk about me grassroots. That man right there is grassroots. Started with U5.
Yes.
I saw the little man in the meetings and all that before I was a commissioner. His passion, his heart, but you seen how his blossom, Mark, into.
I do, and that's what I want to ask each of you a question, and I'm gonna let you guys go. But why DeKalb? Waleed, I'm gonna start with you. Why DeKalb? What's going on in DeKalb?
Well, Mark, I'm a product of DeKalb, man. I went to Rainbow Elementary and Southwest DeKalb High School. Decatur where's greater. I mean, I bleed blue and gold, man. Right. My home is in DeKalb, my business is in DeKalb, my community is in DeKalb, and I'm a product. So not only do I love working and living, but I love to give back to the county who has given me and my family so much. I have 6 siblings. All of us graduated from Southwest Dekalb. And it's leaders like Larry Johnson and yourself, Mark, who have continued to support me as mentors and push me and my business along the way.
I saw you posted your real mentors on Facebook today.
I had a picture of my dad. Yeah, we're just sharing some stories, the importance of coaches and mentors. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yes.
All right, Commissioner, why Dekalb?
Say it again.
Why Dekalb?
Oh man, Dekalb is where we landed. My wife got into Emory Law School, and we had heard so much about just Atlanta area, and we landed where she went to school. Wanted to go to school, and that's where we started. And I said, if I'm going to be here, I want to give back and do more for our community to make a difference. And so Dekalb has embraced me. Dekalb has nurtured me. Dekalb has just planted so many powerful seeds in me. And being in a county like this, it's all about reciprocity for me. What can I give back to make it better for the next generation, to make the future Waleeds in our community, the future Supreme Burgers, the future, whatever he puts his hand to, I want to be that foundation to help launch those next entrepreneurs and make the environment even better than when I had it when I first started. So that's why Dekalb, it embraced me. It's a collaboration, it's a partnership. It's helped me with my family, and it's just a lot of love. And so I just want to pour it back out and give it to the people of Dekalb all over from North, Central, and South to let them know that LJ will be that CEO who will make sure that we are connecting from Linwood to Glenwood.
All right, so that's the campaign slogan there.
Oh yeah, I got it, baby. I got it. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it to win it.
A couple weeks ago, you had your campaign pins and everything. You rolled. and it's so cool because we need positive role models, man. And I saw you walk in. Man, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. We got Brother Sampson, and you're gonna come back on the show because I want to talk about the great things you're doing in Dekalb, you and your wife and your family. But man, I just wanted to thank you, Larry. You got a campaign slogan? I'm gonna hear one more slogan here.
Oh no, we're gonna give you my website, which is LJ4CEO.com, LJ4CEO.com. And it's about better, safer, stronger Dekalb. All over. We taking this message all over Dekalb, and we've been hitting the streets, just making a difference and making sure that we can unite everybody. It's the 200th birthday of Dekalb County, and we've come so far. Yes, we got a long way to go, but it's where are we right now? It's easy to look in the rearview mirror, but my vision has always been forward and working with folks like you, Mark, and Waleed, and just trying to make sure our young families, our entrepreneurs from North, Central, and South have a seat at the table to really grow small businesses and just employ more people. Local is where it happens. And Waleed is a testament to that. And your show highlights these type of things that happen. So you all just connect with LJ for CEO. And that's my website, LJ4CEO.com. I need your support, your donations, and prayers.
You have the support, brother. Like I said, I've been talking to your campaign manager. She got me on speed dial, hopefully.
Yeah.
So anything you need from me, I got you. Waleed, any last statements here before I let you guys get to what you guys gotta do?
I'm just super excited to be here in support of our commissioner and in support of the next CEO of Dekalb. Thank you, Mark, for the invitation. And Commissioner, you have my prayers and you have the support of my family and my business. Thank you.
Love you, man. Love you.
Love you too.
Thank y'all.
I'm gonna take another short break and I'll be back. We're gonna start this conversation about artificial intelligence. Is it taking over the world? We got robots. We gotta make this happen. Be back in a moment.
If you're watching this with your friends,
you'll probably make a joke.
because you know what you feel on the inside
Isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
Find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
So I'm coming back. We're going to start this conversation. I'm gonna bring the slide back up that it's this brother I got coming on right now. I got contacted a couple weeks ago by a very close friend of mine who wanted me to help his brother promote an event. There's a lot of question right now about artificial intelligence. How is it going to affect us? What's it going to do for us? Some people are afraid of it. But the question is, how do we use it? How do we embrace it? It's not going to be something you just learn on YouTube. You have to be taught how to take advantage of this. And I got the guy here tonight that's going to show us how to do that. I'm going to add him to the stream and just going to bring in he and I. Brother Carr, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Mark. Great. Blessings to be here. I'm excited to be here.
Go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell people who you are.
Well, my name is Oginga Carr. I'm a certified high performance coach. And so I've spent the better part of 2 decades now working with businesses on how to be able to structure themselves in order to succeed. That's where my real focus is how can we make more money? How can we affect people in a better way? How can we treat our employees better? And just do better all the way around. And artificial intelligence falls into all of these categories. So it's been something I've been super focused on.
Okay, you say artificial intelligence. I mean, people are acting like this is something new. It's been around for quite a while, hasn't it?
Absolutely. That's the thing. Everybody freaks out about it and they're like, oh my gosh, the robots are coming. Yeah. The robots have been here. Like, think about it. If you had a Garmin, even before people had things on their phone, the Garmin knew where you were all the time, and you could talk to it and ask it. If you've got an Alexa at your house, then an Alexa is going to hear what you say, or Siri, or whoever else. All of those things are artificial intelligence. What we have now are the opportunities. This, honestly, Mark, is an opportunity for the biggest wealth transfer that we have seen in our lives. And I know that when people start using language like that people freak out and they're like, oh, well, there's no way that could be real. I really mean this. This is an opportunity for the biggest wealth transfer that we've ever seen because we have access now. That's the thing. You have access to things it is that you didn't have access to a year ago. You have access now, and that's amazing.
Well, tell me this. You say wealth transfer. I mean, you're making it sound like all of a sudden money's just going to change hands. Is wealth transfer better in business? What's going to cause the transfer of wealth?
So let me give you an example, Mark. Many times there are grants that are out here for businesses that people never apply for and that never get filled from governmental entities. Many times we see that happen. And what that problem is access. So it's like this. Way back in the 80s, back in the olden days, when I was a kid, we had encyclopedias, right? And so there were encyclopedias at my house. We had a 1984 encyclopedia. It might have been 1988, but we had a 1984 encyclopedia. You had to buy a new encyclopedia every year in order to be able to have the information. Well, the internet killed encyclopedias. It literally killed an entire industry of where there were people who used to go around to your house and sell you encyclopedias. What artificial intelligence does is that it's like having the internet at 10 times or 100 times its speed right here in front of you. So you've got many times you might need a grant for a business and they might ask you to write a 500-word executive summary in order for you to be able to do it. And that you might as well have asked that person to fly to Mars in order for them to be able to get a $5,000 mini grant for their business, a mini loan in order to do it. They need a 500-word executive summary. Now here with AI, there's ways for you to be able to feed your information into these different language models like ChatGPT, feed it into there, and now you have it right here in front of you, and you can have a 500-word executive summary literally in seconds. So this is what I mean about a wealth transfer. I don't mean that we're going to go Robin Hood and go steal from the rich and give it to the poor. I mean that look, all the things that we've worried about kids needing to be able to have the access it is they need to be able to have, about nonprofits, about you and your business. You're trying to figure out how to structure. You want to run your business and run the rules right, but you don't know how to get those rules right. Now you have a place in order to be able to do that, where you're not going to make mistakes that you made with your employees that might have cost you tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and swept your business out of business. Now we have a place in order to be able to fix that, if that makes sense.
Well, you're saying I can just bring up one of these AI tools and write a whole proposal. Just tell it what I want. It's going to generate a proposal. Now, I don't have to do anything to it. I mean, I got to know a little something about what I'm talking about.
I'm saying if trained properly, you can create that and do it. And that's the
so
key
are you
thing
saying that
if trained properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So trained properly is coming from somebody like you did. Was that a shameless plug? Or
well, it wasn't a shameless plug. I mean, just saying we have to do it right, because like it's with anything, Mark, garbage in, garbage out. So if you put garbage into the system, absolutely you're going to get garbage out. And I see people complaining about getting garbage out. And I'm like, it probably is in what it is that you said, or how it is that you phrased it, or different things along those lines. But you got to realize that most of these tools we're talking about are actually free at the entry level for being able to use. So if I can teach you how to be able to use these tools properly, then that can be a repeat. You've got a kid that's 16 that wants to write a book. You literally can help your child tell their story and write a book, and not just write a book like we have been writing books where, you see it and it's like, well, here's this thing, and they did write a book kind of, but write something that has real themes. See, it's like this, Mark. I want to help people be able to do things that teach people something that also allows for them to be able to transform people's lives. But the biggest thing I want to do is for them to be able to transcend time. So if you can do it once and then be able to repeat it over and over again, that's what changes lives. And so that's what we're talking about changing lives.
Well, let's just talk about this event you got coming up. You said educate. So let's talk about the GAIN event. What is this about?
So over a 2-day period, August 25th and 26th of this week, Friday and Saturday, we're literally going to teach you how to be able to use the tools, how to use them in the right way. But not only that, but have a real structure for your life. See, that's what it is. I've always believed that one of my good friends used to say this all the time, business problems are just not so well hidden personal problems. And that's what they are, okay? So when we struggle in business, then it just shows
I want you to repeat that statement again. I want to make sure, as they say, like, can you get one more again on that one?
Absolutely. Business problems are just not so well hidden personal problems. That's all they are. So when we do stuff in business and we struggle with things, it's many of the things that we struggle with in our lives. So what we have now is we have the limitless pill, literally, for ourselves, Mark, where you have a way in order to be able to expand your brain past what it is that your limits that you think that are there, and to be able to do so. I guarantee you, if you come to my event and you don't learn something at my event, you don't have to prove to me that you didn't learn something at my event. And you tell me you stay through my event and you don't learn anything, I will proudly and happily give you your money back.
Wow.
So yeah.
We were talking the other day, and I was saying, man, so many people are giving away things free. Take this class. It's always really an upsell. They give it away free to get you in there so they can sell you something else. You're charging to get in this because they're going to get value right away out of those 2 days spent with you. Is it just going to be you, or do you have other people coming in to help?
Got a couple of mindset coaches that are going to come in and help as well too, as far on the mindset side. But what I really believe in, Mark, and look, I'm not against the panel type events where you have like 30 people who teach you over a 4-hour period or whatever. That's not, I'm not against that. I'm not shading it at all. But what I really wanted, this is a workshop. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to work. You're going to learn a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give you the places where you can get it from. I'm going to tell you how to be able to create the prompts. And I think in order to do that in the best way possible, I have to really focus in on how many people and how many voices that we have in order to be able to teach that. And so we'll have those voices to be able to do it. And it's going to be amazing.
All right, well, I'm going to play your commercial as we go to break, but do you want to say something to the people just to tell them why this is so important that they attend this, particularly virtually? Actually, it's an in-person event, and you opened up a virtual option for it.
Absolutely. So understand this. If you're in business right now, you will not get put out of business by AI. You will not. It's not the robots are going to come and take over. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get put out of business by someone using AI. That's what really will happen. That you will, because we have a way of being able to do stuff so fast now that it is amazing. And so we're going to take this, and now you have this opportunity to be able to create that. And so that's where we are. And so it's not for fear mongering or any of those things. Just understand, give us a shot, be there. We're going to really do something amazing.
All right, my brother. Thanks for taking the time to come out, man. I'm getting ready to play your spot, and I'll talk to you later on. Thanks for coming out, man.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Hey, I'm Oginga Carr, certified high performance coach, and I'm here to give you one reason why you should attend the GAIN event virtually. Here's the thing. The robots are here. There's no running away from it. AI is here, and there's so many phenomenal ways that it can be used in your life. We have all these options of things that we can create, and I just want to show you one of them right here. So what you see on my screen right here is an extension to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a language model. So it helps you be able to figure out how to say things the best way, how to be able to put things in the best function that we possibly can. And so what this is that this is an extension to ChatGPT called AIPRM. That's AIPRM. So within AIPRM, let's say that you've always thought that you wanted to write a course. All right. So you wanted to write a course. That's what you've always thought about. That was something you wanted to create. You're like, if I had the time and if I had a instructional designer, I might write a course one day. Well, I'm going to sit here and click one-click course creator, and I'm going to type in how to wash dogs. Because I've always wanted to know, how do you wash dogs? And I have a dog of my own. So how do you wash dogs? I put that in. And what do we have here? This is an entire course on how to wash dogs. Now, I know that you've got to think that it's going to be just some general stuff, nothing that's really there, nothing that's going to be helpful. It's just going to be made up stuff, right? Well, let's go back and look at what we actually created with that. So we go here to the very top of what the course created through ChatGPT. Module 1, Understanding Canine Care Basics. That might be something you want to know if you're going to wash dogs. Then Module 2, Essential Supplies and Preparation. You might want to know what supplies that you actually need. Module number 3 follows the same. They're following the same formats and the proper washing techniques. Handling behavioral challenges, drying and grooming all together. So we're here, and right here you have a course on how to wash dogs. So what is that thing that's inside of you? I'm going to show you how to use this tool to create something phenomenal in your business or in your life. Click the button. Let's go. Let's get registered for this amazing class. And in 2 days, you spend 2 days with me, you're going to know how to use these tools. You're going to know how to be able to create something phenomenal, and we're going to be ready to rock. So click the button down below. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, all right. I'm back. That was such a great video. I'm going to make sure that when I send out the replay of the show tomorrow, that I send a link for you to register for this conference because, if you don't have the right tools, there's something I was going to talk about later on tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to get there or not because I'm so excited to have this next young man coming up. Uh, that I may not do the rest of what I was going to do after I get to talk with him. He may help me drop the bike tonight. So, but I tell you, the next topic I'm going to bring in, it's all about digital marketing. It's all about marketing in the right places. It's all the work about building a tribe and a network. And this young man is working to do that. And I'm going to bring up a slide of him right now. This is the man right here, the master builder production, Preston Harris. I'm going to bring him in. We're going to talk about what he's doing is so important. And he has an event coming up here at the end of this week, or beginning of next week, matter of fact, that I'm going to want him to talk about. But I'm going to bring him into the show right now. And Brother Preston, how you doing, man?
I'm great, Mark. How are you, sir?
All right, go ahead, introduce yourself. Let people know who you are.
I go by Preston R. Harris, the master builder. I help build bodies, brands, and businesses. I'm a partner with VIP Socio. We are the global culture hub. If you want to experience Black culture, you come to VIP Socio. We operate in 3 verticals: events, a marketplace full of Black businesses and Black products and services, and then an influencer platform to help promote your events to Black communities. We have 1.2 million users, and we're going to get to 10 by the end of this year with the help of Mark, because he's a great great
But
supporter.
he said the truth because this young man, I had some health issues over the last couple of years, and this young man called and asked me to come out. That's the first time I came out. I felt like I was in Alabama though, but I came out to an event that he had where small businesses just shared their experiences. That's why I'm so proud of what you're doing, man. But something I gotta call you and just ask you. You made it deliberate when you said Black culture. Why is that?
Because what we do is we drive everything, and everything is based off of our culture. And so when you're going to these other platforms and experiencing Black culture, we don't benefit from that in any way because we don't own any data from that. And so what we wanted to do at VIP Socio was create the biggest digital country full of Black people, because we have 40 million Black people in the United States, 1.4 billion in Africa, and then all throughout the Caribbean. So if we can all be in one place where people know, all right, if I want to have a Black experience, I can go to VIP Socio, then that's exactly what we want to create. If you want to have an Italian experience, you go to an Italian restaurant. If you want to have an Asian experience, you go to an Asian restaurant. If you want to have an African, Black, Caribbean experience, you come to VIP Socio.
Tell me, VIP social. What is it? I mean, you say it, but what is it really? I mean, when I looked at it, it seems so big. Every time you kept going, and we got this, and we got this, and we got this. So tell me what it is. What's
So,
the purpose?
it's very important persons, right? So we're a very important people. That's what VIP Socio stands for, is very important person social. So to our community, we know in our Black and African community, we love to celebrate, we love to get together. So we do an event platform, which is free for people to use, where you can post your events, you can sell your tickets and make money from your tickets, and track and trend and send communications out to your attendees for free. That's a part of our platform that we use because we want to bring people together. We know we do that in our culture, and that's free. The second part of what we do is operate a marketplace. So you may have a store on Shopify, you may have a personal website, but how are you reaching the Black community? What we do is with our marketplace is we're going to strategically place you around other Black businesses and other Black products. So that way, if someone's looking to have a Black experience or having a Black products, they can come across your products and purchase those. That is also a free service that we offer for people. And then the influencer platform is we want people to be able to have a street team. If I'm coming to New York and I don't know that community very well, I should be able to hire somebody to help me get people into my event. And so that's what we offer in our influencer platform for people who have influence. If you want people to hire you to use your influence to bring attention to something, you have that ability with our platform. So we operate these three verticals so that way we can be a full service platform for our Black creators, because we know that we're so diverse. There's so many different ways we serve people. We just want to make sure that everybody can be served on our platform. And so that way we can create that huge digital country of all of us sharing our culture with one another.
So tell me, and I'm going to bring up, I know you got an event coming up. I don't want to hold you much longer, but why is this important, that we get together and join organizations and utilize organizations like yours? Why is that important?
Well, we always complain about not having our own. And so this is an opportunity for us to have our own, for us to support our own, for us to create a movement where we don't need other platforms, where we can do it for us, by us. And so that's what VIP Socio is about. It's about having an event platform, which we believe is a great platform, about having a marketplace, which we believe is a great marketplace, but it's about having a community of data, of people, where we can start to set the trends in our own community, we can dictate the trends in our community, and we can push the information and the ideology out to our community that needs to be had.
All right, I'm gonna, since you talked about event marketing, this is an event you got coming up. Let's talk about this event.
Yes. So that's the Black Box Experience. This is round 3, I believe. We had a sold out event in New York at the First Level Cafe, but this is a retail pop-up educational experience that is going to be centered around providing funding for Black women. We have a partnership with Elevate from Grameen America. They have $1.3 billion to give away to Black women to help them start businesses. And so we wanted to create an event to highlight that. But then along with the Grameen Elevate process, the Urban League has so many different accelerators and different programs that our team could use to help accelerate their business, to help grow their community. So we wanted to put together a room where we have powerful business owners, but we also have great resources like the Urban League, like Elevate from Grameen America. So that way we can just create an environment where people can shop, they can learn, they can have a great experience, and leave that Sunday feeling empowered, ready to go with funding headed to their business, or in a business accelerator that's going to help them move, or part of our business mastermind where they can have a family of people to help them support their business.
Outstanding. So this is just the first of many things you're going to be doing. I just think that people are, after COVID, everybody wants to get out now. And so far this year, you've been that guy putting these things together, and they're very powerful events, man. Good food. It's just a good vibe of the people that when they came to the event, man, everybody just was smiling and just having. You even had, what I really like? You had youth working there. You had a youth photographer. What was he, like 15 or 16 years old?
Yep,
Taking
he's about
pictures.
50.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I tell you what, man. I want to have you back on the show to talk more about how to use VIP Social. But I know you got to run. But just why should people come out to your event?
They say that your net worth is your network, and in that room, there's going to be billions of dollars in that room. And so I would ask you, I know there's a ton of other things that you could do on Sunday, and some of them you should do, but what are you going to do that's going to make you better, that could impact your life on Sunday? You can show up at that event. You can meet somebody in that room that can change your life. You can hear about resources that can change your life. And just being in that environment of people who are successful and headed towards success and pushing for their success is going to elevate you and put you on a different level and pathway. So I would say get in the room. We do need some vendors. We're going to have at least 150 Black women there. Talking about how they can win. It's a great vendor opportunity. We'd love to have somebody from the Urban League area to come in, because we're going to have some great people in the building. So we'd love to have you there.
All right, my brother. So I'm gonna let you run. What happened to your sidekick?
Oh, sidekick is she's getting ready for bed and bath. That's what I get to do when I get done with you. But no, I'm thank you, sir. I appreciate you, and thank you for always opening doors for people and being a great resource for us. We appreciate you.
All right, well, I look forward to Sunday, and we'll talk before then, my brother. Talk to you later.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, Preston Harris. It's important that he's talking about networking and things like this. Right now, a lot of people are coming to me and they're asking me, what's happened. A lot of people realize they don't like the place where they're working. I call it a corporate plantation. People have all kind of names for it, but right now people are trying to make moves, as my girl says, make money move. And so before I end the show, I do want to bring just some thoughts to mind. If you want to maximize your success, you have to have the right strategy. And I'll tell you what, the right strategies are: one, you got to understand your brand, and that's why things like Preston was talking about branding yourself, being an influencer, getting out there, being at the right places, doing the right thing. All right. You got to join a supportive network. There's a lot of things you can do out here. There's a lot of places you can go. There's a lot you can do, but you got to join the right group so you make the best of your time. I'm going to be sending you something I started called the Small Business Vita, Small Business Life. It's a network where I'm encouraging business owners and business professionals to work together to try to help each other. Similar to what Preston was talking about from a marketing standpoint, but this is a practical standpoint. The other thing you got to do is you got to craft your winning strategy. You know, um, One size does not fit all. You need to get with people. I can meet with you. A lot of the programs that we have at the Urban League, we can work with you, but you got to craft your own strategy. It has to work for you because you're the one that has to get out and do it. And the last thing I want is you got to have the right support. You got to find the people that are there that got your back. And they may not be the people you're hanging out with now. You may meet these people in a class, but it's time for you to do this. So I want to thank you all for coming out tonight um, and being part of my show. And I look forward to our next encounter. I'm going to do this every Monday night. So if you want to do a show, if you want to be a guest on my show, just contact me. You have something you want to say, you have a new product, you have something out there, or you have a topic that you want to discuss, let me know. I think it's very important that we get out and do this. So tonight we had Brother Larry came on and Waleed jumped in with us. Brother Carr came and talked about AI, and you got to have it because it's just one of those things that you got to use now if you want to be smarter. And Brother Preston Harris, he talked about making sure your network is working for you. So this is Mark Parham. I want to thank you all for coming out. And I'll be here next week at 6 o'clock, not 7, but I'll be back again. So please contact me if you want to be on the show, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for coming out.